UCLA and Michigan State. Welcome in to another solo game breakdown video of Getting Technical, brought to you by Better and Green. Talking to my boys, Michigan State here, 8.5 point home favorite, over under 139.5. Yeah, no way to sugarcoat. Michigan State has been very streaky here as of late, have not been impressive. They've lost three of their last five, well, three of their last four. Their last two wins, both coming in overtime against Rutgers and Illinois. Illinois was a good win at home, but the road OT win against Rutgers a little bit nerve-wracking as well. So really haven't played a great game of basketball since the 24th of January and that dominant win over Maryland. And now they welcome in UCLA. They have two back-to-back home games here with the Bruins, and then on Sunday with Ohio State as well. And I think it's a good spot here for Michigan State to really settle in and kind of get the train back on the tracks. We see this really every season with Michigan State, and it's when fans and experts kind of start jumping off the bandwagon. That's when I really want to start jumping back on for Michigan State here, and I think that's kind of what we're going to get. UCLA, they are off shellacking to Michigan on Saturday in Ann Arbor. Lost that game by 30 points. Kept it close in the first half, and then really just got blown to pieces in the second half. Only put up 18 points, allowed 46. And that game really just got out of hand for the Bruins there. Mick Cronin, he's already complained about traveling from California out to Michigan and some of these East Coast teams. What'd you expect joining the Big Ten? It comes with the territory, so if you don't like it, get out. I don't think he's going to be any happier here leaving East Lansing. I think Michigan State really bounces back. It's, like I said, the train back on the tracks here, and I think they cover the 8.5 point spread. I would look to lay it here with the Spartans in what I expect to be somewhat of a blowout game. I know UCLA, decent team this season, but I think Michigan State is far and away the better team in this game here. UCLA's had a few nice wins. They beat Purdue, fourth ranked in the country, but that was back at home. Other than that, they don't have too many impressive wins on their resume here. I just don't know if they can hang with what I believe to be a pissed off Michigan State team and a team that's going to be very ready for action here on Tuesday night. So I like the 8.5 points. Lay it with the Spartans. Fairly confident. They looked really bad on Friday night at the Kohl Center against Wisconsin. Wisconsin couldn't miss early in the game, built a 15, 20-point lead, and never looked back. Michigan State just couldn't claw their way back in. They looked completely anemic offensively. It was just an odd flat spot for a state team that had 6 days off going into that game. So I think they're going to be fired up here. Obviously, Izzo's going to, in my opinion, have them ready to play. We do get Xavier Booker back in the Breslin Center for the first time since transferring out of Michigan State, so that should be interesting to see how he gets welcomed back at Michigan State here. But yeah, I don't think State's going to have much of a problem with UCLA. Like I said, 5 shaky games there as of late, and I think this is the game that kind of gets them back on the tracks. We saw last year they had a really shaky stretch and then went out, won, I believe, their final 8 games of the year, had some huge wins in there, Purdue, Michigan twice, Illinois, and ended up winning the Big Ten. So not that I think that's going to happen this year where they go on to win the Big Ten. It's not going to happen this year, but I do think they finish respectably, and I think it does start here at home against UCLA on Tuesday night. Lay the 8.5 with the Spartans. Let's get into some player props here. Only one I'm really eyeing, I'm backing off of Kohler. Thankfully, I did not play Kohler on Friday night there, and just the issue here with Kohler is we don't have a very good 2 guard right now. Jordan Scott is becoming that, but Kohler is best suited down low, but Cooper can't do what Kohler can outside, so it kind of forces our hand into playing Kohler up top more and setting the ball screen and kind of handling the ball out on the perimeter there, and it's just not his strength and his confidence. He had all the confidence in the world in the first half of the season, and once he started missing a few threes, he just has completely lost his confidence, I think, from outside and kind of mid-range. And I think it'd really help us to move him back down low, let him get the ball in the post, use his footwork, use his maneuverability down there, and get us some points. But it kind of leaves Cooper out to dry if we do that. Otherwise, maybe don't play Cooper and Kohler on the floor at the same time as often. It's kind of the way I'd look. But until that gets all sorted out, I'm kind of hanging off of Kohler. I'd go right back to Jeremy Fears here. I think 17.5 is his points total. It looks like money might be coming in on the under, so that might drop to 16.5. I would actually look at the over again. The only guy that is really going to consistently take over games and be a big threat for scoring. That number is getting a little bit high, so a little hesitant with Fears there, but I do think he has the capability of getting up into the 20s again in this game. So I'd look at Fears over his point total. And then we'll go back to Jordan Scott. His props were available on Friday. He hit his points and his three-pointers made. And I'm kicking myself for not betting those, but I also did kind of like Fears over and Kohler over, and neither of those hit. So stayed off all props in that game. If you can find Jordan Scott available, I'd look for his three-pointers over 1.5, especially if you can get plus money on that. I have not seen it come available yet, but he's going to be, our best shooter on the floor, I think, moving forward, and going to be a real threat from three. Hopefully slots in and really steps up as that two guard that we are really missing. So, I would look for Jeremy Fears points total if you're looking to play props here. And if you can find Jordan Scott, look for his three-pointers over 1.5. But, guys, that will wrap it for today's breakdown of UCLA and Michigan State. Again, looking to lay the points with the Spartans, minus 8.5 here at home, Breslin Center, Tuesday night. Should be a rocking crowd. And I'm looking at Jeremy Fears points total over, Jordan Scott over 1.5 three-pointers made, if you can find that, especially at plus money. But, guys, thank you for watching this edition of Getting Technical, brought to you by Better and Green. If you have not subscribed to our channel, consider doing so. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Drop me a Go Green in the comments if you are rang with the Spartans here. And be sure to check out our YouTube page. We have 3 more solo game breakdowns with Wyatt and I on our page right now. That's Michigan, Purdue, North Carolina, NC State, and Nebraska, Iowa as well. So be sure to check those out, guys. Thank you as always for watching. Until next time, we'll see you for another episode of Getting Technical, brought to you by Better and Green.